Actually, Christine, you had a question about farting in your wetsuit.
I did.
I will tell you I do pee in my wetsuit. I'll tell you.
Okay.
That was the next question.
What's the next question? So if you fart, does it like make an air bubble? And it
Like,
just like
could you be really gassy and like have a unfair advantage because you have a buoy?
A little more buoyancy.
right.
Welcome to Sisters Before Blisters, Chafing the Dream. Hi, I'm Cheryl.
I'm Christine.
And I'm Colleen.
We're three sisters living in three different countries who thought it would be a brilliant idea to sign up for a 70.3 Ironman triathlon as a relay team.
That's 1.2 miles of swimming, 56 miles of biking, and a half marathon, combined as a team, which sounds totally doable until you remember none of us are spring chickens anymore.
We're documenting every painful, hilarious, inspiring moment of our 13-month journey from what have we done to race day glory, or a complete disaster.
Expect training mishaps, sister drama, expert advice, and proof that the best terrible decisions are made with family. Let's do this. All right, so welcome back to Sisters Before Blisters. If you are new here, we're three sisters training for a half Ironman relay separately, but together from three different countries. In this episode, we're talking about baseline training, training wins, and our first expert guest on the triathlon experience. So welcome, Kris. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. It's fun.
So I'm Cheryl. I'm the sister currently in a toxic relationship with my bike trainer.
I'm Christine, your resident swimmer who may or may not have swallowed half the pool water.
And I'm Colleen, still running after toddlers and miles, both at questionable paces.
And today, joining us, somebody who's actually survived all of this chaos, is Kris. Thank you for being
here.
Yay! Thank you for joining us.
It's fun to be here, and I wouldn't say expert, I would say maybe experienced.
Okay, well, that's more than us. It's way more than us. So let's get into this month. So who has survived? We're all here, so we haven't like gone down into the ditch like we talked about last time, or drowned or anything crazy. So what's gone well this month? Colleen, how about you? What's been going well this month?
Let's see. Most of my training is soccer practice at the moment, and playing games. And then I did get a workout in the basement as well with the rower and some weights. And so nothing like strictly running yet, but definitely like just building back up my muscle and my cardio base. So all those things that I need to be able to run the distance that I'm going to be running. So I've been able to fit some in these past few weeks. So that's good. I'm finding time.
That's great. That's the hard part when you're a mom.
Yeah.
Christine, how about you? Any wins?
Yeah, when I drop the kids off for soccer practice, I go run. So on, was it Thursday? I was able to run 4 miles. And then Friday morning before work, got up and swam a mile.
Okay. How did it feel?
Good. I wasn't as sore as I thought I was going to be. So yeah, pretty good.
Okay. All right. Win for me, it was every 3 months, Amy, my wife, and I, we do a quarterly. So we sit down and have a full-on like formal meeting about what's going on in our lives, what the calendar looks like, any opportunities that we have to be better, anything that has really rubbed us the wrong way. So we get it out on the table and we talk about it. So we had that early this month, and that always feels really good because it helps me decide where I have pockets to train and what's most important going forward. So that's a huge win for me every quarter. Kris, how about you? Have any wins this month?
I would say, yeah, I'm back into like regular training. Obviously in the summer when it's busy, crazy, I have no time. So I would say now in the fall, I'm definitely back to like a regular workout schedule, which is good. Makes me happy. But obviously the big thing with everybody is just time, right? It's just time to find the time for yourself and find the time to actually get out there and do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about losses or struggles or challenges? Colleen? Anything that didn't go well?
Yeah, just not feeling like, I don't know, as fit as I want to be at this point. Sorry, hang on. Christine, you go first.
Okay. I mean, just finding the time, I think, and some weeks I have more time than others, and trying to be consistent. I think that's one of the biggest struggles for me. I got attacked by a root monster.
What's that?
A root came up and tripped me.
It's kind of like a turf monster.
So,
How did that feel?
not great because I went tumbling, fell on my shoulder. So
Oh,
Oh no.
that's okay. Dust myself off and keep on going.
oh goodness. Okay. All right. Well, got to watch out for those roots.
Yeah, I learned that I got to pick up my feet higher.
Well, good thing you're swimming. You just have to run in the transition. You'll be okay.
Hopefully, there's no roots there.
Hopefully. Ew.
I hope not.
That would be a terrible swim.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like for October, as soon as Colleen left, I got really, really sick. So I was very mucousy and gross. It was disgusting. And so training went this month for me. But I did get outside, and Amy and I we were kicking the soccer ball. My body does not move like it once did. It was like a foreign body. Like my brain was like, yeah, I can reach out and I can do this and I can juggle and I can do that. And my body would just like
Yeah.
the Tin Man. And I missed balls and I tripped and I was sore the next day. It was not a pleasant thing at all. So that would be my fail. And my lesson learned is I need to warm up. It's not an option anymore.
Mhm.
It's not an option. How about you, Kris?
Well, for me, a struggle, currently have a frozen shoulder. So, yeah, it's going on about 6 months now, and it's finally getting better. I'm back to like lifting weights and everything with it. I still can't swim, but it's getting better. It's just a very long process. So it's frustrating for me because honestly, I've never had like a major injury, so this is my first major injury. So it's hard for me that I can't do things that I normally do. So that's a constant struggle.
That is a struggle. Did you do something in particular, or did it just kind of creep up on you?
Just actually happened. Like I think it's obviously more prevalent in women and over 50, so just happens.
So what are you doing these days to kind of go around the shoulder and still get some training in?
Well, I can't swim, but I'm back to lifting weights, just nothing major above my head. So just lifting weights and trying to get it back to like as strong as it was before. And flexibility. I do physio and do stretches and try to like, just keep working on it.
I have a question later about that, about injuries and how do we continue to move forward in our training and being athletic, but
Yeah.
recognize that none of us are spring chickens and things happen. And how do you still continue to be athletic while nursing things that don't feel good?
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit more about you, Kris. Tell us okay, so where are you living right now? Tell us about your family dynamic. Tell us how you got into triathlons. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay, well, I live in Windsor, same city as Cheryl. And although we don't really see each other as often as we should, sorry.
Right? She's like Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Ask Kris if she's available.
Like you guys, I was very active as a child, did all the sports, and I was a Division I athlete, and so continued with sports pretty much all my life. I have two sisters. I am the youngest of the three, and there's exactly 2 years in between all of us. So I feel like it's almost the same exact dynamics as you guys. So when I was listening to the podcast, I was like, oh yeah, this is 100% how we are too. And we've always been an active family, I've always been a runner all my life, and both my sisters as well. I did my first triathlon in 2009. I was always a runner before that, just running races. And the funny thing, I'll tell you a little story about my first triathlon. It was just a sprint. And I was like, okay, I got this. Everyone was always like, try a triathlon because it's so much easier on your body. And I was like, okay. So I was honestly the last one out of the water in the first triathlon. And I was so frustrated. I was like, okay, I know I can do this. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it again. 2 weeks later, I did another one. And I like literally shaved like 7 minutes off my swim time. I was like, okay, I know I can do it. So it was a little frustrating. You get into it and you don't know what to expect, right? It's your first race and you're like, panic. At one point in time, I like stopped and did the breaststroke because I was like, okay, I'm a little, nervous and whatnot. But then, it gets a lot easier from there. So that was actually my first triathlon. And since then I've done, I think 5 70.3s and 4 full Ironmans.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's addicting. Basically, it's all I can say. And actually, after I did my first marathon, I was like, I'm never doing this again. And then like 6 weeks later, I signed up for another one. So, I mean, obviously post race, you're like, what am I doing? Why I'm never doing this. It's crazy. But then, like I said, it's addicting. You're like, okay, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to sign up for another one. And so,
What do you think it is that brings you back?
I think it's the atmosphere and like, I'm one of those people that I need to sign up for a race to hold myself accountable. Like, okay, I have a race in 6 months. I have to be ready. Like, you cannot not be ready. I ran a marathon one time, not fully training. And I was like so sore. It was painful. And I was like, okay, I'm never doing that to my body again. So I know if I have a race in like 6 months, okay, I have to be ready. It's not an option. I have to find the time for the training. I have to get ready. Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed. I did a marathon without training. Colleen and her husband Ian were there. Thankfully, they ran and got me some Motrin halfway through the race, and
Yeah.
they
And
ran
jeans
with
and-
me.
Yep. Jeans, we had jeans and like just regular street shoes on, and she was like, not gonna make it. And we're like, okay, so Ian ran to get ibuprofen to like a CS that we ran by and caught up to us and helped Cheryl and I think a few randomers as well.
There were people
But
like,
we did
"Is
it.
that Motrin?" Because you can hear it like
Oh.
when you're running.
Yeah.
People are begging for Motrin.
Yeah, that's funny.
So going from your first triathlon and being the last one out of the water till now to like, okay, so like 9 major triathlons.
Mhm.
What do you think is something that somebody who's just getting started, like they don't typically know that they should know?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say that you're going to train and you think you have it, you think you know it all, you think you have your day laid out perfectly, but there's always going to be something that's going to go wrong. Like you're going to get kicked in the head and knock your goggles off, and you're going to have to stop and be like, okay, now, refocus. Or, maybe you drop like a water bottle on your bike and you're like, okay, what do I do? Now I have to stop at the aid station, get a new bottle. So, no matter how much you prepare and how like organized you are, you think you have everything, something is always going to probably come up, and you're going to just have to like learn to go with the flow. Don't get stressed out about it. Just, figure it out and continue on. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so plan for the unexpected.
Exactly. Always plan for the unexpected.
What are
It's
some of
never
the
going to go
things-
perfect.
What are some of the things that you've encountered that you were just like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened?
Well, when I did a full Ironman in 2017 or 2016 in Mont Tremblant, and the weather was horrid. It rained the whole time on the bike, like the whole 6 hours on the bike. It was like downpour, like thunder, lightning. And so I was like, okay, why am I doing this? Like, it was cold, I was miserable. But then I would pass my family and they would be out there with their umbrellas and a new change of clothes because it was pouring rain and stuff. And I was like, okay, you know what? Just suck it up, get through it, and, figure it out. So I think that was probably the worst experience I've had, was just the weather. Because you always think, okay, it's going to be a perfect day. It's going to be sunny. It's going to, it's going to be awesome. But, if you could exactly order the weather as you wanted, we wouldn't be here. So
Right?
yeah, it's you definitely have to plan for stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like your family has a really big pull for you.
Yeah, actually I have. So like you guys, my sisters and I are like super close. We've been best friends our whole life. We go on vacation together. Like every summer we would either go hiking or biking. So we're all like really active. I think it was 2017 we did a relay marathon together in Mississauga, the three of us, and then my nephew actually did it with us. So that was our first official race as a family,
How did it go?
and it was fun. It was really, really fun.
Who did what legs?
So my sister Bonnie started the race, and then
Where does she fall in the family? Oldest?
she's the middle sister,
Okay.
and her and my nephew live just north of Montreal. And so then it was my other sister, Wendy. She is the oldest, and they live just outside of Toronto. And that's where we did the race, was Mississauga. So it's just outside of Toronto, one of the suburbs of Toronto. And then actually I did 2 legs. I did the 2 middle legs because we needed, like, you're supposed to have 5 people for the relay, but so I ran 2 legs. And then my nephew, I think he was 16 at the time, he ran the final because we wanted him to be able to cross the finish line, and my parents and everything were there, so we wanted him to have that experience of crossing the finish line. So it was super fun. And then in 2019, my 2 sisters and I did a 70.3 in Muskoka, and
Boca's beautiful.
it was beautiful. It's hilly, it's super hilly, but it's beautiful. And I think what you don't realize when you're planning like this for a race is you think, oh my God, I'm never gonna make the cutoff time. My sister Bonnie, she did the bike leg, and it's hilly, it's very hilly. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so worried about making the bike time. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Like, don't be disappointed if you guys, if I don't make the cutoff. But she killed it on race day. Like, she was going so fast. We were following her and, whatever. And then when she got there, we were so proud. And because it's a whole atmosphere, right? Like, the race atmosphere is absolutely incredible. Like, you feed off people, you feed off the crowd, you feed off your family. You're going to do better than like what you think, honestly, So don't be worried about the cutoff times or anything like that, because those are there for, safety, obviously, but you're going to do way better than you think you are, for sure. The atmosphere will carry you guys through. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun with your family. Sounds like you've got a huge support system, and
Absolutely. They've been there for every one of my races. It's amazing. They are truly, like, I wouldn't be here without them. Like, they are my backbone, for sure. Yep.
amazing. Do you guys have any like family pre-race or post-race traditions?
Definitely the post-race celebration.
Okay, all right. What does that look like?
When we did the 70.3, after we were back at the hotel showering and stuff, and my sister had a bottle of champagne, and we popped the bottle of champagne and celebrated, and yeah, it's just fun like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely the
Awesome.
celebration, because it's huge accomplishment, like, for everybody, so you definitely want to celebrate your accomplishments. It's a lot of work. You pour a lot of time and a lot of work into it, so absolutely celebrate it and be happy. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
So how long do you give yourself after a race until you're like, okay, itching for another one?
Maybe a week.
You're really addicted.
Then I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do it again, because it's that high. You're still feeling that high. You're still feeling so good, and like, okay, I want to do it again. Let's go.
So what do you do to recover after a full out exertion like you had like a big race? What are some of your recovery tools or strategies to be able to be ready in a week, not ready, but wanting to do it again in a week?
Yeah. Honestly, one thing that I find for me after I've done an Ironman is I go directly to the hot tub, like in between like the race and shower. Like for me and my body, that just works for me. Like I don't know, the heat relaxes you, and it definitely the next day it helps you because you're going to be sore. Even with training, like you're going to be sore. It's going to happen. It's inevitable, right? So you get to that point where you're like feeling good, and then obviously in the race you push yourself more than what you train, so you're going to be sore. So for me, the hot tub immediately after a race is key. I'm definitely not as sore the next day when I do that. So I've learned to do that. But even
Excellent.
the next day, it's funny because you're going to see like the people who ran the race the next day, they're like walking stiff. And if you see them go downstairs, they're going slow. And it's kind of funny, but you're like, I feel you. I definitely feel your pain.
Now, as you've done more and more over the years, do you feel like your recovery procedure, your strategy has changed or gotten better, gotten worse? Is your body changing? Like, how are you handling any of those?
It's probably stayed the same. I think the recovery, I'm really honestly not one of those people that's like super anal about, okay, I drink this, I have to eat this, I just kind of go with how my body feels. Like rest, probably, definitely rest like a day or two after, like maybe go for a walk to get your body
Loosens.
moving and stuff so you're not
Mhm.
as stiff. But yeah, like I said, I've been lucky my body, I haven't had any injuries, so my body like really reacts well. Like it doesn't take me long to recover, and I don't like do any extreme measures, honestly. Just rest, hydration. Hydration's key for sure. Yeah.
Hydration.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
H2O. So remind me what sport you were a D1 athlete. Your sisters also were athletic. What sports were
Mhm.
you guys coming out of?
My sister Wendy ran track in high school, so she definitely had the running background.
Okay.
My sister Bonnie and I played all sports like softball, basketball, volleyball. I did run track as well when I was younger, but yeah, and then in college I played field hockey, so obviously a running sport. And then after when I graduated, I just got into running events. Like I did 25K, a couple running races, and then actually my first marathon I did with my sister Bonnie. We ran it together, and that was 2006, I believe.
Okay.
And ever since then, it's just been I don't do a race, like a big race every year, just because obviously it's very time consuming. Um, but I try to at least do like maybe a half a year or something, like a 70.3 or, a half
Oh,
marathon a year. So
just a half. Just a half. That's we're splitting it up three ways, and you're like, it's just a half. So, do you have a ridiculous, fun, or silly ritual that you do when you prepare for a race?
Ooh, I wouldn't say I have a ritual. I'm a super easygoing person, so I'm always laughing, I'm always dancing, like so I try to keep it easygoing and relaxed. Race morning, however, though, like it's pretty emotional. Like, you get to the start line, and a lot of times they'll have like the national anthem, or they'll have like, a flyover of a jet or whatever. So I mean it's pretty emotional. Like the start line can be emotional. And so I get pretty quiet, honestly. Like I don't really want to do a lot of talking. I get pretty quiet, and I'm like, thinking about, okay, what I need to do. So I would say that's probably my only like ritual.
Got to go inside to be able to go outside.
Yeah, yeah. but I
Okay.
try to keep it relaxed, have fun, laugh. Like it's fun. You're gonna have fun. So remember that. That's the most important thing, I think.
I
Do you
think
have
you're right.
lucky socks or like lucky shoes or a good luck charm?
I don't
Or
really
you're not
have.
superstitious at all?
No, I'm not superstitious. I do have like a hat that I did run or that I did wear on the run for I think like 3 out of the 4 Ironmans I did. So yeah, it was a lucky hat for sure. Yeah.
Okay, what did it look like?
It was actually like a white visor, a white Nike visor.
I would get it so dirty if it was white.
I know it was. I kept washing it because obviously I'm sweating so much. Yeah.
So we were talking about sweating the other day, Christine, Colleen, and I were, and we were talking about deodorant and how we're trying to say, okay, well, let's stay away from the aluminum-based deodorants, but you're sweating constantly when
Mhm.
you're training. Do you have a favorite deodorant or a way to not be stinky after training so hard?
Honestly, I don't think there is a way. Um, I do not. I use a natural one. It's called Nude, Nuud, and I find it really, really works well.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't think there's any way you're going to get away from it. I'm like you. I'm a huge sweater, and I'm always stinky and sweaty, and I don't think there's any way to get around it. It's going to happen regardless.
Regardless,
You just got to live with it.
it's part of the charm.
Exactly. It's my natural odor.
So Colleen, you were saying that you use a different type that you really like.
Yeah, again, would not say that it's foolproof by any means. But it, it keeps it at bay. But yeah, when like playing and stuff by the end of the game and running or working out, whatever, I'm still a little stinky, but throughout the day I use Hello brand, just like Hello, like HELLO.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's one I can get here, and it doesn't have aluminum or the baking soda.
I tried the Lumi, but it was
Ugh.
awful. Oh my God.
I can't do it.
Stunk so bad. I smelled like dirty bacon. If you could,
It made
like,
it worse.
I don't know else to describe it, but it's dirty bacon. It's so gross.
That's an interesting description.
If you were to smell me, you would understand.
Like, that's, oh no.
Oh no. So I don't recommend Lumi.
It made me smell worse too. I tried it. I was like, this is not, no, that's a hard pass.
How about you, Christine? Any experience with this?
I've tried the Lumi before, and again, I don't remember smelling like dirty bacon, but I did not smell good. And even with their different like scents that they had, I got like 4 different tester size things, and I didn't like any of them.
Mm-mm.
I ended up giving them to my kids so they can smell.
They can smell. Fantastic.
Maybe it worked for one of them. I don't know. It was.
Maybe.
I feel like it's one of those things where like everybody's pH is a little different, and so I think that it will have a different odor for each person that uses it.
Yeah,
So
mine was dirty bacon.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was so pungent. So Kris, has all the training that you've accomplished, how is that translated to outside of sport? How is that like in the rest of your life? As far as like, is it discipline? Is it just clearing of the mind? Like, how is that translated into real life?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely it's clearing my mind. For me, if I get stressed out or I'm like, got a lot on my mind, I go for a run. Like to me, it's my time, and it's people think it's crazy, but it's super relaxing to me. A lot of the times I don't even listen to music when I run. Because to me, I want to think, I like to enjoy the beauty, so to me, that is super relaxing. So yes, for me, that is my definite go-to is to go for a run. even on the bike, I honestly, I don't listen to headphones on the bike. One, for safety, and two, because I like to enjoy my time for myself, like I just like to enjoy me and, so yeah, that's definitely a go-to for me. Definitely
Yeah.
stress relaxer. I wouldn't say the training is routine now for me. Like it's part of my life. Like it's a lifestyle for me. So it's just something I've integrated into my life, and it's just every day. Like, okay, yep, I'm gonna do at least something, So yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle.
How young were you, or how old were you when you did your first triathlon? Did you say already?
Definitely in my okay, so 30s, probably like 35, 36. Yeah. So I think a lot of people honestly get into triathlon later in life. Um, A, because it's super expensive, and B, because like I don't know, like I wasn't exposed to that a lot. Like when I was a kid, like there wasn't, triathlon clubs in my town or whatever. So I don't think people get into it at a younger age. Maybe now a little bit more, that's more popular, but I think, it was just kind of a sport that like, older people did. But yeah, I was definitely a little bit older later in life.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like it's something that people find after they've beat their bodies up doing something else.
Yeah,
And they still want to be
exactly.
athletic, they still want to do something, but it's not it's and it's an in minus our little relay here. It's an individual sport, so you can do it on your own time. You don't need a whole team or a league to participate.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. I was going to suggest to you guys too. I know it helps me. I run and train with like a group. I have a coach, and so we have a group that we run and train with, and it's super motivating. So I don't know if it's like for you guys, if you can find like a swim club or like a running club, just to even if it's like once a month, just to get out and run or bike with people, and it's super motivating. It's helpful. They give you tips, you share stories and stuff. So I was going to make that a suggestion for you guys. If you, find like a club, or even if it's just, one or two people to like work out with, hold you accountable. Like, okay, hey, we're going for a swim on, Sunday morning at 9. Then you're like, oh crap, okay, I gotta go because they're going to be there waiting for me, kind of thing. So it holds you accountable, but it's super motivating. Yeah.
That's a great suggestion. I think that all three of us can utilize that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
especially trying to carve out time and trying to make it a priority. It's so easy just to put it aside when it's just you, but if you, like you said, when you're accountable to somebody else, it's easier to show up.
Definitely.
Kind of
Yeah.
forces you to get out the door when
It
there's
does.
the days that
Yeah.
you're like, it's so hard to get out the door, and you're just like, no, I have to make this work.
Get out of
Yeah.
the bed. Getting up
Yeah.
before work to go swim, that's a struggle for me, but there's somebody there
Yeah.
waiting for me, so I have to go.
Mhm.
Makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. So, is there any equipment that you swear by or swear off of?
Ooh, I don't think equipment necessarily. You're gonna find that I would experiment obviously like now with your nutrition, because you're gonna find there's different stuff that's gonna work for you, for your stomach, or even like electrolytes that you're drinking on the bike or on the run. But definitely experiment it with it now, so that and don't change anything on race day. That's not going to be good for your stomach.
Great suggestion. Because I've experienced a few things, and you're like, don't poop, you're running, don't poop.
Exactly. So don't eat a gel that day that you haven't ate before, because it may not agree with your stomach. So, and that's the last thing you want to be stressed about,
Yeah. I guess, Christine, if you're swimming, I mean, who's gonna know?
Who's gonna know? Well, I mean, when you take this, I'm assuming that
Yeah.
you're gonna have a wetsuit because we are in Michigan and typically it's a little cold. And so, I actually, Christine, you had a question about farting in your wetsuit.
I did.
I will tell you, I do pee in my wetsuit. I'll tell you.
Okay.
That was the next
What's
question.
the next question? So if you fart, does it like make a like an air bubble, and it just like
Could you be really gassy and like have a unfair advantage because you have a buoy?
A little more buoyancy.
Right. Or does it float? I don't know. I've worn a wetsuit one time, but it wasn't for swimming.
Okay. I don't honestly know. I can't remember a situation where that's ever happened, but a lot of people like don't want to talk about it or won't admit it. But yeah, it's natural. Everyone pees in their wetsuit, like, and it's a lot easier. Like, it's a little different when you're just doing the relay and just doing the swim. Like, then you're not really stressed out about like having to find a porta potty or whatever to pee. But like, I always make a point of trying to make myself pee before I get out of the water because it's a lot easier, to be honest with you.
Okay, fair enough.
So note to Christine, don't be behind anybody when you're getting out of the water.
Yeah.
You're all peeing. Oh, it's warm again.
It's warm. Ooh. Oh, so gross. But it happens.
It does. And you're not the only one, trust me.
So any good suggestions on the bike about peeing?
I always stop. It sounds gross, but there is people that during an Ironman have like peed on the bike. But I mean, to me, 2 minutes isn't gonna, I'm not a professional. I'm not doing it, as a living. So I take the time, I stop and, go. And even on the bike, I remember when we did the relay, my sister was like, I can't drink and I can't eat on the bike. And we were like, okay, that's fine. So she was like, I have to stop and, eat my whatever bar or whatever she was eating on the bike. And we were like, okay, we're not stressed about the time. So take the time. She didn't feel comfortable eating or drinking on the bike. So you don't want her to like crash while she's doing it during the race. So we were like, yeah, that's fine. Take your time, do what you got to do. And, don't be stressed about the time. And then she actually, during the race, she was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. She would like stop real quick, eat, and then go. She's like, okay, I got to do it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Do you, I don't know, I've never swam this far. Do you take nutrition during the swim?
I don't normally. People like, because you can't carry nutrition with you on the swim. People like eat or take a gel like right before they swim, and then it's hard. Like, honestly, like the half isn't too bad, but when you do an Ironman, like because you're on your stomach swimming for so long, it takes you like when you get out of the water, like it takes you a couple minutes like to get your bearings and get your legs under you. So I personally can't eat till I get on the bike for a while. Like, it's hard for me to like immediately get out of the water and eat something. So it takes me like a good couple miles on the bike to be like, okay, I'm good. Now I can take a drink or, take a bar or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, it's just different people, but a lot of people know you can't carry nutrition with you on the swim. So people do it just before, just after. Yeah.
The morning of the race, usually the races are pretty early. I mean,
Yeah,
it was dark when we were walking to the swim. So do you eat breakfast? Do you skip breakfast? What's your nutrition?
I do eat
Yeah.
breakfast, definitely. Usually like a bagel or like a sandwich, like a tuna sandwich. Now it sounds crazy, but that used to be my go-to. Like before a marathon, I would eat a sandwich, or bagel, banana. Definitely before. Usually a good hour for me before, just so it has time to digest.
When I played football, it was tuna and coffee.
Oh yeah, always a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee.
I know. But actually I've read articles that do say a coffee before workout is like actually beneficial. So
Just that combination of tuna and coffee just sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
the tuna, no. I had a friend she's saying before a soccer game, she would have tuna. And I'm like, what? I don't know. Peanut butter and jelly, banana, bagel with peanut butter, all those. Yes. Tuna?
yeah.
Can't get behind.
Oh goodness. Okay, so let's move on to getting to know the sisters a little bit. Do you guys have any questions for us?
Go ahead,
Great.
Kris, if
Okay.
you have one.
Yeah, Kris, if you have one.
I was just curious. Was it Cheryl? Was it your idea to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I could see them both like turning their heads and like staring at me as I say yes.
How did you know?
No, that's okay. I think, but honestly, I think it's good because you just need that push, right? Because I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys were like, no, but okay. And then now, like, it's fun. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you probably just need that push. And for the one person to finally be like, okay, let's do it. Let's sign up. And too late now,
Right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Which-
thinking of something to do all the time. I'm like, oh, I'll do that. Oh, I'll do that. Oh, I'll do that. But yeah, to make that commitment and like have someone to do it with you, I think that's what you need.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Which one in Michigan are you doing, the Traverse City one?
It's Frankfurt, so it's near Traverse City. Yeah.
Right, Frankfurt. Okay, yeah. And it's in September?
It's September 20th,
Okay,
2026.
awesome.
So it should be beautiful. The water should be still warm from the summer.
Mhm.
And it's, from my recollection, it's nice and hilly. It's like rolling hills, not like steep hills.
Mhm.
So
A lot of people like that one. I've had a lot of friends do that one. Yeah.
I think it's ranked #1 from participation as far as like
Oh.
how well it's run, the route itself. The reviews come back as it's #1 in the United States. I think it's 4 in the world, but I'm pretty sure it's #1 in the States.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. You gonna do it with us?
I knew that was coming next.
I actually haven't even thought about my next year's race schedule, so I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We might not be next to you by any means, but
Nope.
See
Even
you
though we'll have
before and
fresh
after.
legs in each month. Just Christine, remember not to be behind Kris.
I
At the water.
When you get out of the water.
She's peeing.
All right. Any questions, Colleen?
Okay, what's something that no one would guess about any of you that's from either from your athletic side or something that's other than your athletic side? Like what's something that someone wouldn't expect from you if they only know you from athletics?
Christine, do you have an answer?
I like to garden.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like
I didn't know
roots,
you liked it. I thought you
vegetables, or flowers.
I loved the year Dad was sick. I was down there every weekend and I looked forward to spending time in that garden. I had like so much pride, and it was what Dad enjoyed doing, and so it made me happy because he wasn't allowed to. It made me happy being able to keep it going so he could still see everything even if he couldn't do it himself. And just like, watching something come up from a seed, I think is so cool. And then we can eat it and have it for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. I always thought it was just so cool to watch it grow, develop, and actually be able to use nutrition and feed our bodies and stuff. I just thought it was always so cool. So
it's all those games of farm that we played with Aunt Sue.
That was the sun, by the way. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Colleen,
Oh,
you
I
want
mean,
to
I
answer your own question?
I guess so. I mean, most people know. I guess it's not anything like surprising, but I mean, I did theater and speech communications was my major, so I'm actually a theater person from high school, pretty seriously from high school through college. I think I was one of the only people to have that major and be able to play athletics full time at the school. So yeah, that's the only other thing. People who know me from athletics, I don't think really guess that. But yeah, that's all I got.
That's all
How
you
about you,
got.
Cheryl? Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just really me and authentic, so it doesn't feel like a weird thing to like say anything at all. I love hobbies. I love, I mean, I guess something that's weird being an athlete and being in the healthcare space. I like making beer. I like drinking beer
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I like to drink it if you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
hobbies. I like a
Okay.
lot of different things that keep my mind going and exploring and learning about how to make things go. I love keeping bees. I
Tinkering.
love roasting coffee. I like tinkering. I like to tinker.
Yeah. How about you, Kris?
I'm a pretty easygoing person, but I like to, I love to laugh. Like, I don't take life too seriously. I'm always like the jokester, and it doesn't, it doesn't, I don't really get stressed out a lot. So I think I'm always like the calm one in a situation. And I just love to laugh. I think it's important. I like to make people laugh. I laugh all the time, and I'm always joking around. Like, I'm always like laughing, singing, dancing. So I just like to keep it light.
I like it. I like it. Not too serious. I know a lot of engineers who love triathlons, and it's just because they can get so deep into the details and the data of how their machine is working on the machine, you know, on the bike, the body on
Hmm.
the bike, and they can get so deep into it, and so it must be this way. And it's interesting to hear you say that you like to laugh and keep it light.
Hmm.
Completely different from some of those people that I know.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people like the numbers thing. Like, I, a lot of the time, I don't even wear a watch when I run because I just don't want to run. Like, I'm not a numbers person. I don't come home and like data, like I'm not that person whatsoever. I do it for pure enjoyment, honestly.
Do
That's
you
a
think
good
that
place to
helped you
be.
with like the longevity of racing with the longer races?
Could be. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Because I mean, you're always looking like, don't get me wrong, I look at the time, but I'm not going to be stressed out of it. Oh my God, I didn't make the first lap in 3 hours kind of thing. Like, who cares? Like, yeah, you'll get there.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
keep
I've
doing
never
it.
been like a crunch the numbers data person. I don't know. To me, I don't have the time nor the worry for that.
Fair enough.
Next
Christine, you have a
question.
question for us?
Yeah. What's your go-to pre-workout hype song?
Ooh. Well, Chris, do you have one?
I don't necessarily have a song that I listen to every time. I remember though when I did my first triathlon, that one where I was laughed out of the water, when I came to the finish line, that song, I think it's the Black Eyed Peas, it's like tonight's gonna be a good night. That song, that was playing. So every time I hear that song now, I'm like, it takes me right back to that moment. So I love to hear that song like during a race.
That's awesome. That's
Good.
awesome. I
Cheryl?
think mine is anything by Eminem. Born and raised in South Detroit, so it feels like a little tie to back home, even though I live in Canada these days. It's just it feels nostalgic, but also kind of gritty. And so anything from Eminem.
Mhm. I was going to say Eminem as well. Um, but I also like TikTok by Kesha.
Hmm.
Okay.
Like
Why?
it's just upbeat and gives me like attitude.
Because you need more attitude.
I do to like okay, I got to go do this, and so it gets me up, and so it makes it easier to run, bike, swim, whatever. It just gets me going.
Gotcha. Colleen, how
Colleen,
about you?
she's a little busy.
She's busy. Time out.
Got it. I got it. No, so I would say, okay, it depends on what I'm doing. So yeah, being in a gym for 15 years, you kind of learn like what what works. So for like running and working out, I'll do anything that's like I know I'm an elder millennial, so I like Blink-182 or Pink or Paramore, Foo Fighters, that kind of a thing. If I'm lifting heavy, it has to be like good country. And
Country.
if it's just, yeah, okay. I learned it in
What?
Texas and it's amazing. Don't knock it till you try it. It's amazing.
Lifting the country. I got it. Okay, I'll try it.
Only like heavy lifting, rest between sets, like heavy squats. It's perfect.
Good to know.
I didn't think so either, but trust me. And then my two, like, I have to get motivated to do something is I like Burn the House Down by AJR and Fire and Up by Paper Kings.
Okay.
I
I
can.
like those.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They're a little, as Christine would say, they give you a little attitude and a little like get going.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on quite a bit of time here, so I think that we should probably get to our blister crew question of the day,
Yeah.
which is, what's the best way to prevent chafing? As our listeners know, that the title of the podcast is Sisters Before Blisters, Chafing the Dream. So it falls right into what we talk about, and what is the best way to prevent chafing?
Is it a question for all or for the
For
expert?
all. For all. Colleen, I know you have an answer for this one.
I have two. So I would say a good fitting pair of shoes can prevent like blisters and stuff like that. Make sure that. For me, like longer spandex for the run, because yeah, there's no gap there. And and just body glide and anywhere and everywhere that it might rub. That's
That's your go-to.
Yeah.
Christine, what do you guys think?
I've used Body Glide. I've also, in a pinch, used deodorant.
Oh.
And making sure that everything fits properly, because it's not fun. And I'll be running and I'll be like, oh, that's starting to chafe. Did I not get that spot? Or why is it chafing in that spot?
And there's no escaping once
There's
it's
no
started.
escaping. I try
There's
to
no
like,
escape.
pull the shorts up higher and like try to put something in between.
Nope.
I'm just thinking, I'm gonna be so sore.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think where I chafe the most is where my bra is.
Oh yeah.
And that it's once it starts, it's like I can't even, it's so hard to turn my mind off from it. It's like a constant reminder, like every time you're running, or it's like and you're like, ugh, it's not, you can't think of anything else because it just hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any words of wisdom from the expert?
I don't know if I have words of wisdom. I do have, like, I agree with you about the bra. I have one particular bra that I wear and it chafes every time, and I don't know why I keep wearing it, because it's painful, but I agree.
Throw it out.
I know. I think
Maybe
it's
there's other
obviously
good qualities.
yeah, exactly. I think it's inevitable. You're gonna get chafing, especially sweating and stuff. But again, find what you're gonna like, a comfy pair of shorts, that you're gonna wear when you train that work well. Those are gonna be your race day outfit. Like, get familiar with that, and don't be like, oh, I have this brand new shirt I'm gonna wear on race day. No, don't do it. Like, wear it before, figure it out. Like, make sure it's comfy for sure. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I had, when my sisters and I did the 70.3, I was so excited because I was like, okay, I'm gonna make us these shirts, we're gonna have matching shirts. Our name for our relay name was the Soul Sisters, like SOLE, Soul Sisters. And so I was like, okay, I went and had these shirts made, And the day before I was leaving, actually, for the race, I went to the place to pick them up. And the lady was like, "Oh, sorry, we messed up your order. We don't have the shirts." And I was like crushed. I was like, "Oh no." So then we ended up just wearing like some matching stuff or whatever. But it was like I was crushed because I was so excited. I was like, "Okay, I want us to all match and look cute and kind of thing for the race." That was like, oh, crushed. But
We've definitely talked about figuring out how we can match, how we can
yeah.
display a relay team together. We haven't figured that part out yet, but we've got almost.
Yeah. That's definitely fun. And it's fun. And actually when during races, my family always wears like bright orange. So it's easy to spot them, which is a fun trick. And also for my last race last summer, actually, they got a bouquet of balloons and held the balloons so that anywhere on the course, like when you're coming up, you can see them. So it was super easy to spot them. I thought that was a great idea. It was super fun too, because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, the balloons,"
That's nice.
And
Yeah.
especially if you have young kids, that'll be fun for them. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Mhm.
Love it.
That's cool.
Write that down, Cheryl. The balloons.
Balloons. I'm writing it down right now. Balloons. Any other words of wisdom before we sign off?
I don't know if it's words of wisdom, but I know that one thing that my sister Wendy struggled with, and she's the one that did the run. So, Colleen, this might be for you. She found it very hard to like wait around the whole day because you're obviously the last discipline. And like Cheryl said, it starts early. So I mean, you're there at like whatever 5:36 in the morning with everybody. You want to see the start line. It was super hot. We did it in July. It was super hot. Like I think it was like 90 some degrees that day. So she found it extremely difficult to like stay focused, like, and be prepared, because like you're waiting around for like 3-4 hours, whatever, just waiting for your opportunity, kind of thing. So but then she didn't want to be outside with us cheering because she didn't want to be in the sun too much, so she found it really hard to like, I guess, navigate the day. Waiting around was like the worst part for her. So
Gotcha.
maybe bring a book, or I mean, obviously you're going to be busy with your kids or whatever, but
Yeah. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, something to plan for. Thank
Yeah,
you.
just so you're aware of it. Yeah, that was what she found most difficult. For us, it wasn't too bad. Obviously, I did the swim. I was the swim. So for me, it was fine. I was easy. And then I just stayed around and with cheering. And actually, a lot of friends that were doing that race as well. So for me, it was fun to be around there all day. But when you're just waiting and, because you're thinking, right? It's not 100% relaxing for you because you're still thinking about what you have to do. For me, I was done. So it was like, woohoo, kind of thing. Yeah.
That's an excellent point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Well, that'll wrap up this month's Sisters Before Blisters episode. And I want to especially thank Kris for coming on and spending time with us and giving us some hope that we're going to make it through.
You will. This was super fun, and I'm super excited to follow your guys' journey. It's exciting, and you guys are gonna kill it. It's gonna be so much fun, and you're gonna be so happy. And it's a great experience for the three of you guys to do it together, honestly.
Yeah, I think we're having fun. It's we're definitely obviously remote, doing it separately in our own way, but it's fun to be able to be connected globally in this day and age with the technology.
Yeah, and that's what's great about it. You can stay in touch. Yeah.
Okay, so next episode, we're gonna attempt to get an expert that will talk about pelvic floor health, and especially after childbirth and getting back into being athletic and how to recover properly. That is, we haven't identified yet who's coming on, but that is our goal. And for those of you who are listening, you can follow us along on YouTube or anywhere where you get your podcasts. We are everywhere. Just look up Sisters Before Blisters and we should pop up. And until then, just keep training smart, laugh even when it hurts. And remember that progress is just choosing to show up. And that's what we're doing. We're just showing up and we're going to have a good time while we're doing it. So we'll see you next time. That's it for this episode of Sisters Before Blisters. If you've enjoyed hanging out with us, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And drop us a comment with what resonated with you today. Also, share this with someone who needs a push to try something new. There's nothing like trying something completely out of your comfort zone to remind you what you're made of. Until next time, keep chafing the dream.